What's going on, everybody? My voice a little gone from yelling at practice, and want to give you a little peek at some things in the past. So that video you watched is from Bob Christmas, Coach Bob, head coach Bob Christmas. Um, it was in anyway. It was 1993. Anyway, I went to military school in New Jersey, and the military school didn't have a football team. So they would take us down to Virginia, and would play football down there, just kind of like play with people that knew about the school. So I came across Coach Christmas. I was introduced to him by a captain, and he was like, "Hey, you ever played football?" I had played football little league, so I had already played football in middle school in Houston. Anyway, a long story short, he get me to play football in '93, and we won two state championships back to back. And both times we went undefeated. And he was the first person to really talk to me about football and teach me basically that systems matter more than players, right? So I took what he taught me back to Houston. Now, I wasn't coaching a team or anything like that at the time, but I was still playing ball. But I took the same mindset when I talked to the other coaches, or when the coaches was talking to me actually, and I tried to I deliberately tried to find out what system they was using. So I would always ask things like, "Oh, what concept?" And most of the time, the coaches at back then it was more like, just run the play. I tell you to run, right? There was even though there were concepts, it wasn't explained to us the concepts. It was like you the fastest person on the team, run the ball. You the person to catch on the team, catch the ball, so on and so forth. And it worked for us, so we done it. But because I was taught about the systems, it was easier for me to learn the plays and understand what the coaches were doing when they gave me a play to run. Okay, and then when they would call a next play after maybe like I think maybe like 2 or 3 weeks or so, I can't really remember. I would remember not just the plays, but I was starting to understand. Oh, okay, this is why coach. So this is what his plan is. So we figured out the system. Me and my buddy Jermaine Jackson, we figured out the system without knowing the system because we both had came from the same place back to Houston after military school, and it just made us better players. There was even a time when I had to play quarterback and didn't know anything about playing quarterback, and I was able to fill in that position. I just ran the ball every single time. But anyway, let's. I just wanted to let y'all see that, and with Bob Christmas, and I think he went. We went. Yeah, we won state. We won state, and then we won state again, and we was undefeated. And then I think he left and then came back. Yeah, he left, went to another high school, and that high school went, I believe, I think like 13-1. They lost in the championship game, and it was a school that was losing. And he just took the same system, and then he came back to Forest. He came back to Forest, but he came back into Forest. I was already like going into college. He came back to Forest, and then they won another state championship, with using the same exact systems that he was using previously. And his thing that he always would tell us is, I don't. He didn't care who got on the team. Everybody, he said, working out is important. If you don't work out and you don't practice, you're not playing. You have to earn it every year, so every season. So what he taught me was let the systems build the players. Let the system. And once the systems are in place, then what's important is the player's individual skills. Like you need to make sure wherever you go in the future that you work on the individual skills, your job. Like what is it you have to do and what skills are required to do that. So I just kind of took his mythology and applied it basically in my whole life, applied it to everything. And it worked out pretty well. And then when I first started coaching youth, before I got to Utah, I actually I coached Taekwondo Junior Olympics, and I coached Taekwondo Senior Olympics. I coached Taekwondo Disney Tournament Olympics. Um, I went also and I coached in Korea and I coached in Thailand, and I just applied the same methodology where I just applied it, figured out what system I was going to use, ran everybody through the system, and then make sure I focused on individual skills as we built, and we just continued to build on that, build on that, and build on that, and then basically every team that I coached after Taekwondo and Muay Thai also, I did Muay Thai also, taught that and fought after leaving, not really leaving Taekwondo, after just coaching, going and coaching football because one of my Taekwondo players played football, and I end up coaching um, him and also his team, and we went from wasn't a bad team, but we went from not going to the playoffs and the state champions to playing big time schools. And the first year we just did really good. And then the next year we just blew through everybody. And then when I done that, my cousin wanted me to come and help him out at another school. Went there, applied the same systems, and we basically won every game and then won the state championship. Did that literally about 3 or 4 times over the course of 15 years. And then once I got to Utah, went to PG, Pleasant Grove, and applied it to the youth program there. And we went, basically, we lost one game in season, and we lost one game in the playoff. And if I had been coaching this this year, I'm 100% sure we would have went to the national championship because we had a lot of the same players just coming back. Either way, what I'm going over right now, what you see in front of you is inside zone right. I know it says description, just kind of ignore that. Just kind of ignore that. This just for me, right? So basically, what I'm doing right now is I'm giving you a description. I normally play some background music when I'm talking, so kind of helps me out. Hope you guys can hear me. All right. Yeah. All right. So here we go. The turn this down. Just, there we go. My voice. All right. So here we go. I'm gonna do this with a couple plays, but I'm really focusing on this play because it seemed like this play worked for us a lot. But I also want the backs to understand what we're looking for when you're running that inside zone, right? So this is an inside zone, right? The same philosophy goes for the left, like nothing changes, right? So we have three things that you do when you do the inside zone. So first, I want to just kind of lay down some simple rules. I didn't write them out, but I want to lay down some simple rules that I got. Got them so just give me just a minute. I'm trying to see if I put it up anyway for you guys to see. Don't think did. No, excuse me, I did it. Either way, I didn't put it up. Either way, basically this is how it works. If there's five men down on the line, That's the rule. 5 men on the line, we do not bounce at all. 0. Right? The chances of you getting caught is just extremely high, and we'll end up losing yards. Right? So we don't want people to penetrate. That's a O-line thing, and I think LJ got that locked down. But we can help him in our O-line. We can help them also by flowing with him, right? So flowing with the line, what that means, I'm going to hit edit right here, go over here. So what does flowing with the line mean? Flowing means that, for an example, let's see if I bring it up there. Yeah. So flowing, for an example, is if we're going this way, we're stretching this way, right? To some degree. We're just going in that direction, right? The running back's job is to basically flow that way and stay right here, aim right there at the hip. My coach Bob, probably shouldn't call it Bob. Coach Christmas would always tell us, like, aim at the butt cheek, aim at the butt cheek. So just aim at that butt cheek hard, right? But he also would tell us, like, you have to get a time to play, time to develop. So when you step over, look as you step in, and so you can see the play developing, and then hit it hard, right? So we always try to hit that hip right there, right? And if it's an extra guy, let's just hypothetically, this is not really a play, but let's just say we got some extra guys out here on the side. You do not bounce. It's just way too difficult to bounce unless this guy's going to catch him, which probably not, right? Just simple rule, if it's 5 men down, bouncing is not a good idea unless our line is just a hammer and they're able to just clog everybody up in the middle, right? Normally that don't happen even at the higher level when it's 5 down, right? So we got a 4-3 right now. We got 4 men down, and we have 3 linebackers, right? So let's just work with that for now. Alrighty. All right, so let's start off with bang. Bang is generally the first thing that coaches are hoping that we get a bang, right? So the bang requires grit. What I mean when I say grit, like it just requires like muscle, like I'm willing to go in and take the heat type of idea, and the ability to run over 1 or 2 defenders. So when you slip through, you might have to hit a linebacker, maybe, right? Especially if you can't one cut or jump cut out of his way, right? But you have to be willing to do that when you decide to bang. That's the reason why it's called bang, right? So banging requires grit and the ability to run over 1 to 2 defenders, keep eyes up, and hit the hole with speed. And it literally means that because that hole does not stay open very long. All right, the next, which is the green line. The next one that you see is bend, right? So bend is normally the second choice, right? It doesn't mean it can. Sometimes it's the first choice. It doesn't mean it has to go in this order. It's just the order that I'm presenting it to you, right? So bend. So bend means I'm the running back, and I get the ball right from the quarterback, and I'm coming this way. I see traffic, right? I bend it back and shoot up that way. That's why it's called bend. Because I bend it back and shoot up that way, right? That's not always going to happen, okay? But that's normally the second thing you see is the bend. Because you're shooting up that way, it gets clogged, right? And it's just quick to get out that way, all right? So the next thing, so I'm running through these because I have other ones that I'm going to do with you. And I want you guys to understand. Oh, I can just do this. I want you guys to understand that way. So when you're in that position, you can actually perform at a higher level than expected, right? So now what I'm teaching you right now is not a system, right? But it's really a concept, right? And you might say, okay, well, what's that mean, Coach? Basically, what that means is we don't assign you a hole. So the hole is not between the center and the right guard, right? That's just kind of like the aiming point, might be the first choice, right? Depending on the situation. You choose your own hole. We're not locking you down on a hole. We're saying, hey, we trust you to make something happen, so make something happen. Yeah? That's basically what we're doing. We're trusting you to make something happen. All right, so bend. To read the down line. Down lineman. So who's the down lineman? So the down lineman is generally the play side, right? So the way Coach Christmas taught us, now he taught us wishbone, but it's almost the same, right? So he taught us that this area, right, including the that top linebacker, that linebacker that's hanging over, he part of it too, but I won't just put too much emphasis on it right now, but I'm gonna kind of show you what's going on. All right, so as a running back, I'm sitting back here. I need to look. I got a tackle here and a tackle here. So I have a tackle on both sides, here and here, right? That doesn't mean that I don't have anywhere to go. What that means is I might have to read the backside. The backside, let's draw a line. I'll pick a different color so I can stop erasing. We'll just draw a line like this, right? So this is the backside. Right? This is the play side. Must have wrote too much. Oh, I hate when it does that. I hate when it does that. It does that sometimes, sorry. Once it free up some of these words, it fills up the memory. So all right, so backside, what I'm gonna do is erase those. See if it lets me go all the way back. No, it doesn't. Just give me a minute, sorry. Alrighty. Had to start stringing my words together so I can just automatically delete that. Alright, so I put this line in the middle, right? So again, this is going to be play side. Alrighty. So this play side. So the way it works is when you're reading, we'll bend still. It says, so sorry about my writing, just kind of choppy. Read the down lineman, forces outside, contain or over pursue play side. Cut back, wind back, eye wide open, square to see possible hole. Right? I just wrote it real fast, so it's kind of choppy. Either way, what am I saying? Actually, I'm saying read the down lineman. Right? You gotta force him outside, contain or over pursue. So you have to force him to go this way. You want to force him to go that way, right? Because it is a right inside zone to the right? So you want to force him that way, right? That's your job to force him, and you staying on the hip of the center. Now, the point I'm getting at is reading the down lineman. You're going to read this guy, right? And I believe that guy is in a what? 2? Yeah, I believe he's in a 2. Yeah, he's in a 2. Right? 2 tech. So this down lineman is in a 2 tech. Right? So if you don't know what that means, it's just a lot to explain. Let's just say he's in the inside shoulder of the right guard. Right? So that's the guy you're reading. Right? So that guy is you want this we need the center to flow this way. Kick him out. Right? We need him to push. Right? And then we have my guy right here. Now that defensive end is normally on the outside. If it's a defensive end, he normally out like this for the most part, especially at Little League. And so for me personally, it just really depends on how coach have you doing it. So let's say that everybody's keeping that same flow, right? And he going that way, right? On some occasions you'll hop up here, right? But let's just say the guard is going to fall off and get him, if that makes sense. Yeah, let's just say the guard is going to fall off and get him. So what would that look like? The guard fell off and get him. He would come here, then come there, right? And then this guy right here is here, kicking him out. And my guy here is here, this guy's here, and then he's climbing. Alrighty. All that is kind of irrelevant to what I'm trying to say, but still. So you're reading this guy right here. And you're reading. The way my coach explained it to me is imagine there's a pyramid. Jeez, why is it doing that to me? No. I don't want this to take too long. There we go. Good. It'll be easier for me to explain it better when I do the singles. So basically what you're going to be doing, you're going to be reading the down lineman. You're going to be reading the down lineman. Open this up like that. There we go. So you're going to read this guy right here. All right. That's the guy you're reading. So if he flows this way, right, and he takes his space, meaning he looks this way, he's peekabooing, you can't do anything about it, right? This guy also peeks this way, right? Once this guy falls this way, the way I was taught is watch this guy, what he's doing, and this guy, and this guy. So the furthest down lineman to the end, the closest down lineman to the end. So this guy now. Does this guy still crash? Right? Is he crashing? If he crashing, right, then this is off. Right? So now that means I need to do what? I need to bend. Why? Because my down lineman that I'm reading here comes here, clogs this up. I can't do anything, right? But I'm still headed in that direction, right? Now I see this guy, that's my second read, coming down, right? Once I see him coming down now, I'm like, okay, if he crashing, and he's crashing in the same spot, they got all this blocked up. What is this guy doing? That's the next guy I need to read. This is all happening like lightning fast, so you know it's instinctual, right? Let's say this guy is crashing here, Okay? So now he in trouble. I have to figure out what's the next place to go. The next best place for me to go is just to bend it back, right? Because what happened is I did exactly what my coach asked me to do. I ran and I made them over pursue in this area, so now I can cut back. Now I can shoot back this way real easy. And the reason why I can do that is because they over pursued, right? And they only over pursued because I hit the hip. I hit that hip of the center. It made them over pursue. And now I can bang up through there. Not bang, I'm sorry. Now I can shoot up through, I can bend this way, right? It won't be in a straight line, I guarantee you. Much as we want you to get vertical fast. All right, let's go to the next one. The next one, bounce. Right now, bounce is kind of hard to explain, but hard to explain because you just kind of got to see it unfolding, right? But I'm gonna use this triangle to try to figure out how I can help us visualize this. Alrighty, there we go. All right. That's it. When I want to bounce, all these people right here is clogged this side up, right? I look this way, and all this is clogged up, crashing. So now my best option is to shoot that way with a bounce. Now bounce requires speed. For you to be speeded and explosive movement is required. So the reason why I put that there is because you already coming from the backfield, and you got to make up ground. You got 8 yards back. You got to make up ground. You going towards the hip of that center. Traffic got clogged up. Now the way it should work is you should see and not have to actually turn, right? And you see that's clogging up. Things moving fast. So you bounce up out of there. You gotta put your burners on. Right? I always tell my son to you gotta turn the burners on. You gotta know when to turn the burners on, because you're gonna need them. Right? And at this time right now, this is when you turn the burners on. Right? This is blocked in. I'll take a peekaboo back there, and all I can do is bounce. So whenever I'm running, it's either bang, bend, or bounce. And that's pretty much it for that. I'm going to save that. And then I'm going to go to my next demonstration. My next demonstration is going to be, we're going to do the 4-3, and we're going to do the bang. Alrighty. Alright, so I did this previously, so that way so we don't have to go through this, right? So all the D-line is doing a job. Our key read for banging inside zone right, and the 4-3 defense is watching that defensive lineman. This scenario is letting me know I have to bang, right? So if I play this slowly, I get the ball from the quarterback. I'm pressing off his hip. He already stopped right here where the red is at, that red circle. He already jammed up the D-line. He jammed up so good that he's climbing, right? I see that, and I'm right behind him. Right? Now, what I went over the other day with the boys was the running backs. Guys, after you get off that center butt and you heading up, you have to look and see where that linebacker is going. So you see I have that linebacker. I need to give him a color. I'm going to give him a color really quick. Let me give him a color. Let's give him a color. Give him a color. Dun, dun, Give him a color. I'm gonna give him orange. All right. So the orange linebacker, you see the way he going, right? So that means I gotta cut a jump cut the other way, one step, jump cut, whatever I have to do to S up out of there, because there's traffic in there. If you noticed in the last game, there was a play where we got a touchdown, right? Now, no, not the one when he got a touchdown. There's a play, actually both plays matter, but there was a particular play where he got through the line, he jumped through one guy, and he got stuck right here, right? And he got stuck there because of this. I'm going to show you why he got stuck, right? He got here, right there, and he went back into traffic, and he got tackled somewhere over here. Because these guys not going to just hang out there. They're going to start coming down, right? And these guys are going to start trying to come in too, right? So, if this happening, what should I do? Let's go back, right? So, if that happening, I have to get out of there. Let's just like that. Now with this guy crashing, I can beat him on the outside. I can outrun him or run him over, one of the two, right? So you want to learn how to S out of there. You got to look, see that linebacker flowing, and go in the opposite direction. If you can beat at least one of them, you can catch green grass, and they won't catch you. Or we'll get at least 20 yards. Right? Explosive plays, how we win the game, boys. Right? So that's banging. All right? After we get done with this, I'm going to show you a video also. All right, that's banging inside zone right, and that's banging with 4-3. So now we're going to go to a 4-3 with a bend. Actually, we're going to go back to the inside zone right with and we banging versus 4-3, because I want to show you in 3D what it looks like. Let me see how I can fix this. Give me a second. All right, so overhead view, right? So I'm gonna do it slowly. Reading that guy in the red, see that guy in the red. So I'm here, he gets blocked up through here. That linebacker came through, I'm cutting across. If you can see, I'm cutting across. Get you a different angle. There you go. So if you look closely, I got him cutting across. See how he cutting? He's cutting across. Right there. And he's getting free. See, the reason why he's cutting across because that linebacker is there. So if we go back here, this linebacker, let me give him some more juice, right? This linebacker is coming around. We don't know if he's going to beat our guy or not, but he's coming around. And if he shoot back this way, I got to have plans, right? And these plans got to make sense to me, right? So let's watch that again. All right, he's taking the ball. He got the ball coming. Come off him, jump cut, come on, cut, all right? Because we don't know if he coming, right? Our guy's going towards him. And our guy gets him, and we got to cut out of there. Just like that. So I'm coming, off of him, off of him. And I'm catching up, right? So in reality, Right, he won't really get that close once you got somebody blocking him. So I'm gonna try and make it as realistic as I can. Do it this way. Sometimes it gets funky. All right, so my center guy might end up trying to block him out this way. And then he is still going to try to come around like that. Alright, so it's like that. It's watching 3D. Alright, here we go. Again, I'm moving the line. Let's push this up a little bit. I'm moving. I get the ball. Just ignore the L-way that he's doing. Ignore the L-way, right? Because he should be sitting, and I probably should put emphasis on that. Sorry, I'm so particular, but yeah, that's me. Let's see. One back. First up. Yeah, right zone. I already got the right zone. There you go. That should be good. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. All right, that's good. We'll go back. Make sure I got the possession change in here. All right, so here. And save. Alrighty, let's watch this, guys. All right, inside zone right. We banging. Banging, bam, bang. Cut up out of there, bang, get free. That's how it should look, right there. Just like that. Come through, cut off of him. Bam, cut off of him. And then get free. Beautiful. Let's let the play put through. Bam, he gets it. Bam, cut. Bam, cut. Then he upfield. That's it. All right. There's a lot there, so let's move on. We're going to go on to bending. Alrighty. So we probably can just look at this one right here. All right, so the read. Let's go here. So the read, being the read, the D-line forces outside container over pursuit, play side. So we know that this is play side. We know this is backside, right? Play side is where the ball is going. Backside is not where the ball is really going, right? And the reason why that's important because the O-line is going to the right on the play side. So it's important to know. So now, again, let me fix my quarterback. Do the bootleg, see what that look like. Alright, gotta make sure we do that possession change. So change of possession is here. Possession change. Hand on. Good. Alrighty. Alrighty, so we got to read these. We got to still read the same guy, right? But why am I bending? I'm bending because that other tackle is folding over, right? Also, so he's blocking where that center was. So the center left hole opened up. He's getting ready to climb, but this guy's falling in. Our guy's pushing him, but he's starting to fall in. So now I need to bend. Get on the outside of him. Let's watch it in 3D. All right, let's see. I don't know if I got a cut on. Cut on. I do, but it's not working like I expected it to be. Let's go. There we go. Cut detection. All right, so let's see. So I get the ball. Bam, back. Bam, back. That's how it goes. So get here. Bam. Remember that S? That's the S. The reason why that S, because I don't want you to go back into that traffic right there. It's traffic. All right? It's too much traffic over there. See all the traffic on the right? We don't want to mess with that. So once we get through that hole, right, if we try to slip through, we can slip through there. Right, we can get skinny and get through there, but the chances of getting caught is just too great. Because he on the inside, the other guy on the inside, and our guy's trying to contain him. So we need to bounce. After we beam, we need to bounce to the outside. All right, they doing their job, we got to do our job. Bam. Simple. So simple. All right, so we done with that one. Now we're going to go to... I didn't copy. Should I change it? All right, here we go. All right, bounce. Speed and explosive movement is required here. All right, sorry to be taking so long, guys. Again, this can get tricky, boys, because you have to read this really quick because you're moving. You're not walking, right? You actually moving. All right, so here we go. Remember I told you. My coach used to tell me, yeah? Remember? Yeah. That I'm here. I'm reading this guy. He's crashing. They doing some stunts. They doing a flood. Let's just say they doing a flood. I looked at the flood. I looked at the pinch. I looked at Utah. I'm running all through that if I'm the run back, right? Not because the plays can't stop me, but because I know what I'm reading. So if I know what I'm reading, they can do what they want to do. I'm playing off what they do, and I need them to do something, right? So that's how you got to think as a running back. You got to get in the game, right? You read this guy. That guy's crashing right there. I can't go there. He crashed he crashing inside. Can't go there. The linebacker crashing inside. Over here on the opposite side, I'm finna bend, right? I can't bend. Why can't I bend? Let me tell you why you can't bend. You can't bend because he crashing and the other D-line crashing and the running back crashing. They doing like a flood on us, right? So now our only option, right, even if this linebacker come out, is to beat him outside with speed. Be explosive. Everything clogged up, even if you feel like it's bunching up in the middle, right? Go ahead and do what you're supposed to do. Play off that center's hip. Get everybody right there. Bounce outside. Literally bounce outside. And then get it vertical. As soon as you see grass, the way it was taught to me, you need to turn into a track star, Tillman. Soon as you see grass, green grass, you need to be a track star. I need to see your track speed come out. Right? Because I ran track. Either way, that is bouncing. Right? And I enjoyed that. So let's get that out the way. I hope you guys understood that. And now I want to show you some videos. All right, we're going to try to make this. I don't know if we're going to make it fast, but we're going to make something out of it. Let's see where it is. I didn't know my screen was off like that. Alright, let's see what I got down here. Alright. So I uploaded a play so you guys can see. Right? A friend of mine was like, hey, use this. Alright. Anyway, let's go back. Open this up for you guys real quick. Alright, so as you can see, right, it's a little bit different than ours, right? Because they got one guy. We got how many on the line? We got the center. So let's see if I can point some of this stuff out. We got a center. This is the center right here. Was it that true? Yeah, that's the center. Right? There we go. Yeah, all right. So this is the center right here. All right. So I'm on this side. See how far away he is? That's how far you're supposed to be. It's the reason why you that far too, guys. Right? So he's that far right now because he has that guard on the tight end on the outside, right? But normally we would be somewhere right here, right, when I play, right? And we do this when we want to drag them further to the outside, which is probably what he's going to do, right? So, again, let's break this down. What should be happening? We don't know, but we're going to say. He's reading this guy right here. Okay? If this guy tries to go through here, he's going to get jammed. Our guy is going to hit to his hip, come back, cut up. All right? Now, if he doesn't do that, right, let's go to his second read. All right? So his second read, let's say this guy right here folds this way. Now this is blocked. Right? So now he can go here. All right? And his read changes. This is his read now. So if he comes here, then he can just kind of bounce out depending on if this guy come that way, yeah? Let's not go that far. I don't want to go that far on you guys. All right, so he can come this way, right? If he comes this way, hopefully my guy here hits him, he hits him, right? His arm probably is going to fling out because it's normally what they have to do, right? And he going to climb, get up there, right? This dude going to hit this guy. These two going to hit this guy. And the center going to climb and hit him. He going to hit him out, right? If that happens that way, he going to get boogie that way, right? So then I want you to look at it and try to think what you think is going to happen. Because the running back able to get speed this way. He able to stretch them out. So let's play this slowly. All right, we'll go back a bit. You look at it. Let's go back. My running back's one. You look at how he's standing. He's standing ready. He's not just playing. He looks ready. Right? He coming off the line. We can see everybody moving that first foot that's forward, that first right foot to get that first step. You see that first step on the line? All right, so let me see something. Okay, good. I'm excited, so I'm just trying to ignore me. All right, so here we are. It's happening. It's happening just like we said it would. And this guy probably going to shoot out that way. One of these guys got to climb, and it looks like it's going to be him. He going to climb, right? And Center probably gonna climb there. Right. And if he does, I've got to get Ghost right there. Let's see. What is happening? How you going? Now, this is really important. I want you to see. Really important. Really important. Right there. That's what's so important. I know you don't see it, but I'm going to tell you what it is here in a minute. All right. Let's go back. Let's go back. So he went through the place where he said he was going to go, but it's something important I want you to think about. Really important. All right. So let's take these out. Our boy is going to literally press his hip even while he's moving, and that's exactly what I expect from all the running backs. Press his hip while he's not, even though he's moving. You need to be pressing it, right? And then round it off, or jump cut, or one step, whatever you got to do to get back where you need to be to get vertical, right? So you can squeeze. You got to get skinny and tuck that ball tight, right? So we're gonna roll it again. Moving. Here we go. Bam. Look. Now, this is something that's really key. Next pointer. First of all, I want to say my boy is hitting still his hip. Even though the hole is right there, he has to get this guy to come over here. All right? And if this guy comes this way, all right, that's the reason why he's here. All right? And when he goes to try to come this way, it don't matter, because he just gonna, this guy, my center, is just gonna block him off like this. At least he's supposed to. Right? Now, my other thing I want to point out, that 45-degree angle I've been telling y'all about, and the direction of where the ball is going, that's the way he should be, so he can roll out if he have to, right? You have to, my quarterbacks, you have to step. You have to step at that 45. We'll come back so you can see how he steps it. The center kind of put the ball up high too, that I'm looking at. Now see, he got a foot forward, so he don't have to take that extra step. Our coach didn't let us do that, but I don't think it really matters anyway. I haven't mapped it out, truly be honest, to know if it matters. All right, so let's play it. All right, now, next thing. Quarterbacks, you see what he's doing? He's taking off. He's going that way. He's not just staying there. You can't stand there and watch. I know a lot of us don't know, but if you really want to be good at this thing, you're gonna take off that way. Right? He's still pressing the outside of that center's hip. That right outside, because it's the right zone. Right now, you can see him getting ready to snap down. Right? He's going to snap down probably up here and then come up this way. Right? Which we already know he's going to do that because we've seen it. Right? So enough of that. And let's let you see the entire play out. Yeah? All right. Here we go. I don't know if he could have got the S or not. Let's see if he could have. Could he have got S and got out of that damage that was there? Let's see. Let's see if he can get out of that. Let's see right here. I'm running. Is there S? Okay, I beat this guy. All right, I beat that guy. Yes, I feel like there is an S. He kept straight vertical, so that's fine, right? But I'm just, as a running back, I'm looking, right? There's a guy right here playing peekaboo, so that's probably cut off on me, right? I can't go to this guy, right? My only option now is to go straight, okay? But I can't go straight that way, right? I need to go straight, but I need to come out this way, right? But I think he just going straight, so he's gonna get tackled, which is fine. But he could have got a few more yards if he would have just bam. Because what would have happened? He would have put his hands out still, right? But he would have put his hand out on the turn, so he wouldn't have been able to wrap him, right? Because his trajectory would have changed. Let's see. Right there, he should have slipped to the left. He would have slipped to the left like this. The S I was telling you guys about. That boy would have fell off his hips. He would have burnt this dude. He don't even matter. He doesn't matter, right? Speed, speed, speed. Yeah. That's the way that works. Alrighty. Feels long. I didn't know it was gonna be this long. Alright, let's go. Get out of that. Let's go out of here. And I'm gonna run through. Reset those. This one is a little long, so I'm not gonna do the whole thing, but we're just gonna watch these. Alright. Let's watch these. Alright. I'm gonna guess what needs to happen. Right? You guys can too. Alright, let's see if we get this right. I haven't watched these, so this is good. Alright. My guy. Yes, right. So my guy here, do I see anybody in front of him? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're missing somebody. 1, 2, 3. Is that a 4, 4, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're missing some people. I don't see everybody. Let's go forward a little bit and let me see if I can see somebody. All right. Do I see somebody on the outside? Yeah, I do. I see somebody on the outside. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 10, 11. It might be at the top. I don't know. All right. So let's see. My boy right here. I think he has a 0. Oh, stop. Back. I said I wasn't going to do this. I'm doing it anyway. All right. So my boy right here. Put it. So he has somebody, I think. This he got really high. He had to jump for that. Ink is not working on it. Try this one. Let's do this differently. Pen not working, guys. My pen not working. There we go. Now it's working. Let's get this on. Cold back. All right, here we go. All right, so I wasn't luckily I was looking at it, but let's say we got a guy right here, right? He gonna come here. I don't know, guys. My pen not working. plugs up there. It's not working down here. Either way, it's just my opinion's not working, so I'm gonna cut this off. Why is it working right there? Shorten this up again. Go back. Cut this off. Can't do that. Gotta go all the way back. Sorry. Gotta reset probably. Reset. We'll try one more time. Let's just see. Let's see if it works this way. Yeah, that's working. So, he got a 0 on top of him, right? So my guy right here has to watch that 0 when he does. Right? He going right. So he got to see if he going here. Right? He's still going to press. Then he got to read this guy. Right? So he's probably going to come here and then shoot up. Right? And if he does, my guy going to come here. Right? And if he can't do that, this is going to be open. He has somebody on him. So this needs to be head up, head up, head up. They all singles, really. Let's see what happens. Are they going to stretch it? Yep, they stretch it. There we go. Good. He got loose. There we go. Oh, let's see that. All right, let's see this one. All right, this is left. All right, so our boy gonna come here, 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 climb. Here, he probably gonna catch him. He gonna catch him. I don't think they gonna worry. I wouldn't worry about him, but he might catch him. I don't know, but I wouldn't. I would just bam. I mean, bam, and bam, bam. Actually, he here, bam, and then him just catch him. That's what I would do, but let's see what they do. Let's see. He's flowing. He's going that way. It opens. He sees daylight. Staying on his hip. He turned. Oh, he see danger. Let's see what he do in danger. Oh, he got skinny. Oh, he got skinny. You see that? That's what I'm talking about. He got skinny. All right, this video will be extremely long if I continue, so I'm just play this so y'all can see it. All right, here we go. Start from that one. Get skinny. Same thing again. Bounced. We got one bouncing. He bounced. That was good. These are all good looks, guys, so you can see how it's working. You got to pull a guard or tight end or something. Nice. See this one, that end zone. I gotta try to get out. I know where he gonna go already. You're in the way, buddy. You gotta move quicker. Let's go. Let's see what this is gonna do. Okay, here. Bam. Get upfield. Get upfield. Get upfield. He's gonna see. He kind of close. Man, he had to catch that ball too, man. He could have got further if he didn't have to catch that ball. The ball was a little too high. I mean, he done the job. Crossover. Oh, he skipped over. That's good. That's all right. Skipping over is fine, but I don't normally teach. I don't teach skip the jump or the skip over. That's something that comes like natural. Once you keep playing and it just starts coming. You just develop it. Everybody develop their own little thing. He bounced and ran somebody over. He bounced and he didn't even have to bounce, really. He banged. He bounced. Actually he banged, but bang. 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 Oh, he did the S. It was good. All right, that's going to be it. Enjoy the video. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. It's long. You can skip through it, jump through it, do whatever. And that's it. I'm just in. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.